What's up, everyone? So everyone's been talking about the Google Gemini AI and how it comes up with some wild answers sometimes depending on what you're typing in or what you're asking about, who you're asking about, anything like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through it. This is my first time using it and just see what kind of answers they come up with based on certain controversial topics or controversial figures or who Google deems to be controversial. So I'm really excited to see what some of these answers are going to be. I've already seen some on Twitter, how wild they can be. So let's jump into it. Let's just start with the easy one. Who is Donald Trump?
5 minutes later.
What? I'm just a language model? What the hell does that even mean? I don't know what that means. Is this not the right one? Who is Joe Biden? I'm still learning how to answer this question. What? Okay. This is interesting so far. Okay, let's try. They gotta find an answer to someone, right? I can't spell. Carlson. Okay, so they know some of them. I don't understand why they couldn't do the president and the former president, but okay. Tucker Carlson is American conservative politics, blah, blah. Carlson is a controversial figure known for his strong opinions and his use of rhetoric that some critics have called inflammatory and divisive. He has been accused of prompting white nationalism and making false and misleading statements of his show. However, he remains a popular figure among many conservatives, and his show is one of the most watched programs on cable news. It is important to note that there are a variety of perspectives of Tucker Carlson and his work. Some people believe he is a dangerous figure who is spreading harmful rhetoric, while others believe he's simply expressing his opinions. Interesting. So that's not as bad as I thought it would be. I got a good one. I saw this on Twitter. What was worse, January 6th or 9/11? I'm still learning how to answer this question. I feel like a lot of these ones that popped up on Twitter, they were probably like, hold up, we need to change the answer here because people are getting mad about it. How about this one? They're probably going to say they don't know how to answer this either, right? Okay. Jeffrey Epstein was an American financier who was convicted of sex offenses and later died by suicide while awaiting trial on further charges. Right, because we all believe that. He made a significant fortune in financial sex offense. He was convicted in 2008 of soliciting prostitution from a minor and served 13 months in jail. In 2019, he was arrested on federal charges of sex trafficking and conspiracy to engage in sex trafficking involving numerous underage girls. And what I still find amazing about that, and same with his girlfriend Ghislaine, is that like they were convicted of sex trafficking. Well, he didn't live long enough for his conviction, but she was. But yet they don't have any customers apparently. None of the people they trafficked to have been charged. So how can you charge someone with sex trafficking if you never charged any of the customers involved in it? Like they're clearly hiding something. Let's see, who is Steven Crowder? Yeah, I find it interesting too that Tucker had a picture. None of these other ones do. Let's see, early in a career, blah, blah, affiliation of Fox News. He currently hosts a popular political podcast and a YouTube channel called Louder Crowder. It's important to note that Steven Crowder is a controversial figure. His views and commentary are often strongly critical of progressive and liberal viewpoints, and he has been accused of using tactics like aggressive questioning and misrepresentation of facts in his debates. I want to know what they mean by misrepresentation of facts. Like, he always has his sources when he does his debates. So I guess maybe because they're not mainstream sources, they're not good enough. Who is Ben Shapiro? Oops. Oh my God, I can't spell. Co-founder of Daily Wire, host of Ben Shapiro Show, views. Shapiro identifies as conservative, and his views are often characterized as being on the right wing of the American political spectrum. He frequently criticizes what he perceives as liberal and progressive ideas. His commentary and statements have been controversial on numerous occasions, drawing both praise and criticism. Some argue his viewpoints are well-reasoned and insightful, while others criticize him for being inflammatory, divisive, and lacking nuance. It's important to be aware of diverse perspectives on Ben Shapiro and his work before forming your own opinion. So basically, what they mean by that is go look at videos of other people talking about him, probably liberals, seeing what he says or what they say about him, and then form your opinion on him instead of just listening to what he says, which a lot of times he's pretty good with facts. I mean, that's his song anyway. You know, number one rapper in the world, facts. Okay, let's do like a liberal. Let's see. Who is AOC? They might not understand that acronym. I hope they do because I can't her name is wild. Learning to answer this question. Okay, I'm not even going to attempt to spell her name. What is Black Lives Matter? What is Black Lives Matter? A decentralized social and political movement, BLM advocates against systematic racism, police brutality, and racially motivated violence against black people. The affirmation Black Lives Matter is a response to the systematic devaluing of black lives that does not imply that other lives don't matter, even though they always get mad when you say all lives matter. BLM uses various tactics. Protests, community organizing, educational campaigns, and political pressure are all part of its strategy. Diversity within the movement. How can you have diversity if you're only focused on black lives? The phrase Black Lives Matter has been met with backlash and misinterpretation by some as exclusionary. Concerns have been raised about tactics used in some BLM protests, like destroying small businesses and killing people, maybe. Yeah, I could see how there'd be some concerns raised. There have been debates surrounding the movement's funding and the role of specific leaders. You mean the leaders that buy like $6 million mansions with the donations of BLM? They're fighting white supremacy by moving into an all-white gated neighborhood? Is the term white lives matter racist? Yes. The term White Lives Matter is widely recognized as a racist response to the Black Lives Matter movement. Here's why. Oh boy. The phrase White Lives Matter emerged as a direct counterpart to the Black Lives Matter movement, which seeks to address systematic racism and violence against black people. It downplays the very real issue of racial injustice that black people face. Used by white supremacist groups, the slogan has been actively promoted and adopted by white supremacist neo-Nazi groups. It's frequently used at rallies and demonstrations organized by these groups. The phrase White Lives Matter functions to dismiss the experiences and concerns expressed by the Black Lives Matter movement. It attempts to silence conversations about the systematic oppression of black communities. I don't think they try to silence anyone because people usually, because you probably equate White Lives Matter like conservative. People on the conservative side are pretty pro free speech as long as you're not, burning down buildings and you're mostly peaceful protests.
This is mostly a protest.
But I think a lot of the problem people have with Black Lives Matter is, one, their funding goes nowhere. None of their funding has actually helped black lives. Like, it's all just goes to the people up top, or who knows what they actually do with it. And two, a lot of the stuff done to black people is by other black people. If you look at like Chicago, Philly, Detroit, St. Louis, all the murder capitals of the world, it's mostly black on black crime. So they're trying to say they're fighting like white supremacy and stuff like that, but you guys are damaging your own movement. You guys are damaging yourselves. You're holding yourselves back. Is the term Black Lives Matter racist? No, the term Black Lives Matter is not racist. Some people misinterpret the message wrongly, believing that Black Lives Matter means only Black Lives Matter. This misrepresentation ignores the context of the movement and its focus on achieving equality. Some individuals with racist ideology intentionally distort the message of Black Lives Matter to discredit the movement and maintain systems of oppression. I gotta say, there's this thing Charlie Kirk always says that nobody can ever answer the question. And he always says in these arguments, what can a black person do today that a white person can't do? Systematically, we all can vote, we can all run for office, we can get the same jobs, and in fact, black people have an easier time getting jobs, the affirmative action, and they got rid of it in colleges, but work-wise, it's still very much there. Does Nancy Pelosi do inside trading? Would it be insider trading? I'm still learning how to answer this question. So Google's like, we can't say yes to this. We need to find a way to work around this. We can't answer this yet. Who is Vince Dow? Let's see if they know who Vince is. Well, he's become one of my favorite YouTubers. Oh, there he is. American conservative political commentator, social media personality. Vince Dow's views and commentary are often controversial and generate debate. It's crucial to approach information critically and consider diverse perspectives when encountering content from any source, including Vince Dow. So basically what they're saying is don't trust Vince, even though, he takes, when he does his videos and he's reacting to something, the source is right there. And then he just gives his opinion on it. That's cool. I know Vince though. Oh, that is a good one. I don't know if YouTube will like this or not. but we've learned a lot recently. Are there any negative side effects to the COVID shot? Oh, let's say vaccine. Oh, they actually said yes. Wow. There can be negative side effects of COVID vaccine. However, it's crucial to understand most side effects are mild and temporary. So they're talking about when you first get it. Serious side effects are very rare. So it says right here, the chance of myocarditis, inflammation of the heart muscle. This has mainly been observed in young men and teenage boys. And I think that's why in parts of Europe, they actually don't let you get the booster if you're under 30, I think. I'm thinking like Finland, Sweden and stuff. So obviously, young men and teenage boys, they're should be healthy for the most part. Maybe in America now, 40% obesity, maybe that's not the case. But for the most part, that should be like some of the healthiest group of people. And they said right here, the benefit COVID vaccination far outweighs the potential risk of side effects. Vaccines significantly decrease your chance of experiencing severe illness, hospitalization, or death. I think the odds of any of that for people like under 17 was like 0.00, like 1% or something. So you're telling me the thing is safer than that? That's pretty safe. All right, so that's just a few of these questions. I'll probably do some more of these soon. This is actually kind of interesting. It seems like Google is still developing their Gemini. After this past weekend, they obviously had to relook everything when they made everyone black and you couldn't create white people. So that was definitely really interesting. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you want to see more like this, I can definitely make more. Just let me know in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you again.